You know, I've heard a lot of stories over the last week. In many cases, the people telling these stories had no idea who I was or that I was even listening for that matter. I'm sure some of you have heard one particular story about a homeless man. Well, I was blessed to actually be a part of that story. That was my story. And just to epitomize my uncle and who he was as a man, on Friday, we were at the house. We're gathering photos for the poster boards and everything you see here. My mother gave me a task. She said, "Can you please go to Walgreens, print these photos out?" Sure, no problem. So I'm in Walgreens for 30 minutes, print all these photos out, and I exit the Walgreens with my arm full of photos, and there's a homeless gentleman standing 10 feet outside of the door. I personally always try to make a habit of speaking to people in need and making sure they're okay. I guess I inherited that from my uncle in one way, shape, or form, but I'm not 100% positive of that. So as I had these pictures in my hand, the gentleman, you know, he asked me, he said, "Hey, can I see your photos?" "Of course you can, sir." So I turned around and I obliged him. I showed him the photos, my family photo, and I was going through and I said, "You know, this is my family, that's my uncle in the middle there." Well, this was an 11 by 14 in a frame. I had two photos of my uncle in his honor guard uniform down below that. Well, this gentleman had heard about everything that happened. He didn't know who it was. He couldn't put a name with a face. When he saw the picture of Pat, he said, is that your uncle? And I said, "Yes, sir. He was one of the officers that was shot yesterday." This man, who I've never met before, hugged me, and we stood outside of Walgreens for 5 minutes, hugging each other and crying. My uncle used to go out of his way to take care of this man, and his first words were, "Man, that's messed up. He used to take care of me. He would come and check on me. He'd make sure I have food." You know, and that story really touched me because, you know, on that cold afternoon, I was blessed by God and this man. I knew my uncle for 38 years, yet in that brief interaction with a man who I'd never met before, I learned more about my uncle in 2 minutes than I'd ever known before. To have a total stranger cry on my shoulder to pay respect to my uncle because he was truly saddened and upset. The actions, you know, it not only sums up who he was as a man, but as a human being, a father, a son, and a brother. He genuinely cared about people. He cared about everyone. I've got, I'm going to read a statement here from Brian and Tyler's mother, Robin. "There's so much I need to say right now. I just can't find the words to express my sorrow. Even though we were no longer married, you were and will always be a special part of my life. You were no longer my husband, but you will always be the father of my children. I could never have asked for a better man to be the father of my children. You have taught them to always show kindness to others and have shown them the meaning of courage, honesty, and integrity. I love you, Pat, as a friend, co-worker, and most importantly as a father, Brian and Tyler. I remember finally convincing you to start a family by telling you that if anything ever happened to you, I wanted to have a child to remember you by. Never in a million years thinking it would ever happen. Rest in peace, Pat. You will forever be in our hearts."